Available for catch-up on Toggle.sg.
Secretary Lorenzana, welcome to Conversation With. We now have the ongoing siege in Marawi City in southern Philippines, and it's now reaching its third month. So what's taking so long?
First was that we were surprised that the number of fighters that are actually inside. Initially I thought there was only about 200 to 250, but it's now turning out to be more. I think the last estimate, this is already proven by some of the people who were inside, it's about 700 to 750, and a lot of them are foreigners, expert in urban fighting. And the second one is that our people were not trained in urban fighting. We have been concentrating on guerrilla warfare, jungle warfare, and so this is actually a new kind of warfare for us. We trained before when I was a young lieutenant or captain on urban warfare, but those skills have been forgotten, and we shifted into guerrilla warfare. And thirdly, the expertise of the fighters inside is really unbelievable. Out of the more than 100 casualties that we incurred, maybe almost 50 were killed by snipers, and so that actually prevented our people from going forward without, without caution, because we did that in the first 2 weeks and we incurred a lot of casualties by these fighters. And so the order for them is to go slowly, clear the houses one by one, room to room, and so it's very difficult to do that because the fighters left behind IEDs, they rigged the doors and the windows, so the soldiers had to breach the walls to just enter the building. That's what made the job very difficult.
So how long do you think it will take to liberate the city?
We are looking at maybe a month or two. We'll be completely liberated.
And you said one more month, hopefully one more month until the end of the Marawi siege. But these fighters have been kind of holed up in the center, the commercial center of Marawi City. I mean, how are they able to withstand it for so long? How do they have enough ammunition, enough food, enough fighters?
I think they've been stockpiling these things for quite some time, maybe 6 months before. Firearms, explosives, ammunition. For the food, remember that all those buildings there are homes before they were abandoned by the residents. So there must be some food there, even if they're not fresh. I think there's some food and rice or canned goods there that were stockpiled, or they could have stockpiled themselves and put them around the city, so that whenever they go, they have some food to eat.
And you yourself admitted that there was a failure of intelligence at the beginning of the Marawi siege. So what is being done to rectify this, and how can we ensure that there won't be another Marawi? Yeah,
we have been looking into our intelligence gathering effort, but more importantly is how to interpret the intelligence. Now, I said before when we were in Moscow when this thing blew up, I said there was no failure of intelligence, but appreciation of intelligence already on hand. But it's still a failure of intelligence, because if you fail to interpret what's in your hand, then it's just a failure of knowing what least information is giving you, staring you at the face. And so that's what I meant when there is a lack of appreciation of intelligence, because there were lots of things that happened before, like our #1 intelligence officer in Marawi was killed. He had people inside working with the group, and he knew where these people were going every hour of the day, because he gets texts from these people. But these people were discovered by the Maotis. They turned him around and ambushed the officer. After that, we were blind. We were blind. So it takes some time, a lot of times actually, or a long period, to develop intelligence on the ground, develop assets with the enemy, develop assets in Marawi or in Lanao del Sur. So we were blindsided by the death of this major. So from then on, we actually did not know that they've been infiltrating a lot of fighters inside Marawi, bringing in explosives, ammunition, firearms, and everything there.
And for the longest time, the military and the government have been saying that these are only ISIS-inspired groups, and recently you've admitted that these are actually members of ISIS, and there is evidence of money and fighters being funneled into the country. So why did it take so long to admit that there were elements of ISIS?
Well, I think part of the reasons that the armed forces maybe did not want to accept the fact that Philippines, southern Philippines, would be one day be a part of this ISIS movement. But really, we knew that even the ISIS in Middle East have been writing in their website that if you lost Middle East and you want to continue fighting, go to southern Philippines. We know that. The president, I think he's more prescient than any of us. He said the ISIS will be coming here. He's been warning us since the start in Butig sometime in October, November last year. They're coming here. They're coming here. And so he was right. He was right all along. Yeah. But for the longest time, we were in denial actually.
And so far it's been contained in Mindanao area. We haven't yet seen any attacks in Manila. So have you received any threats or any intelligence of possible attacks? And what's being done to protect the capital?
On Singapore Tonight, the Monetary Authority of Singapore issues a stern warning over digital tokens and virtual currency-related investment schemes. And a crocodile watch in Singapore? After recent sightings, environmental groups raise concerns. Join us at 10 p.m. Singapore, Hong Kong time.
Did you know that complicated dental treatments can be avoided if problems are detected early?
Prevention is always better than cure. So see your dentist on a regular basis or at least every 6 months.
Oral health is often taken for granted, but you can regain control and ensure that dental issues are swiftly and effectively resolved.
A cracked tooth will no longer be treatable if the crack extends below the gum line. The tooth cannot be saved and will need to be extracted.
Join our panel of experts from Specialist Dental Group and learn how you can manage dental problems through modern dentistry and expertise.
In this seminar, we'll go into a variety of topics to go to the root of the issue.
Oral health and you, Specialists' Perspectives. Happening on the 19th of August at Sheraton Towers. Book your tickets now to enjoy special rates. For more information, log on to this website. Brought to you by Specialist Dental Group, supported by the following, and organised by Channel News Asia.
I cannot wait to jump into the pool.
You know, Baki can swim very well too. He swims at our condo's pet pool.
Your condo has a pet pool?
Doesn't yours have one?
Wednesday, can I bring my dog over?
Vasantham Star is back for a brand new season. And a brand new format. It's double the excitement. Double the competition. With the Duo Showdown. Can they impress the judges? Can they duet their way into your hearts? Stay tuned and find out. Vasantham Star, every Monday at 9 p.m. only on Vasantham. Brought to you by MES Group. Sheng Xiong.
Kwandu table reservation. Download now.
And so far it's been contained in Mindanao area.
Yeah,
We haven't
yes,
yet seen any attacks in Manila. So have you received any threats or any intelligence of possible attacks? And what's being done to protect the capital?
We haven't received any information saying that they are going to Manila or Cebu or any of the built-up areas, big cities. But we are taking proactive measures. We have alerted our troops here in Manila, the police. We have intensified our intelligence. We are trying to monitor the movement of the terrorists in the south. If they come here, we have border the ports, and even the shipping lanes are being monitored by our Navy and our Coast Guard. So those are the things that we are doing here.
And one of the methods to protect Mindanao from the threat of terrorism is the imposition of martial law, and that was recently extended till December.
December 31st, right.
But you were initially against martial law, so why was that?
I do not say I was against. In fact, I was just asked before if the problem in Marawi could be contained without martial law. I said yes, it would be. And I think some of the congressmen and senators misconstrued my answer as saying that I don't want martial law. But the President and I have been discussing martial law since the incident in Butig. And it was there when he said I might impose martial law, so prepare for that.
And you've received offers of assistance from countries like Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, in terms of humanitarian aid, surveillance. But would you ever accept the offer of assistance of having foreign troops on Philippine soil to help with this issue?
No, if there is no mechanism for doing that. The only countries that allows foreign troops here is the Americans and the Australians, because we have this agreement, visiting forces agreement here. They come here for training. We go to, especially Australia, we also go there for training with a big body of troops. But for other countries, we do not have that mechanism, so we cannot allow that because it's against our constitution. Singapore actually offered their UAVs, the Heron. They're actually good surveillance drones or UAVs, but they need to field at least 30 people here. So I said that may not be workable at this moment because we don't have the mechanism to accept foreign the Singaporean troops to be here. So, but we have accepted their offer for assistance like aids to the evacuees, like water filtrations. They're going to deliver soon. Offer for training in their areas, built-up area or urban training facilities. They're offering it to us, so we are going to accept that. Also, Australia has offered us assistance as well through the use of their P3 Orion surveillance planes. They are still here, and they have some just a minimum number of troops here also, but flying their aircrafts in the Philippines.
Moving on to the South China Sea dispute, ASEAN and China have agreed to adopt a framework for a code of conduct. This will pave the way for the actual code of conduct. So what are you hoping to see?
Yeah, well, I hope that this code of conduct will stop the Chinese from reclaiming more shoals or reefs in the South China Sea. We also hope that the militarization of those reclaimed islands will also stop, or the military hardware that they have placed there, if there are, will be removed. So that's actually the code of conduct, and also that we could resolve this peacefully by talking with each other, by maybe following the rule of law. There are international conventions that everybody must follow, so we hope that everybody follows that.
And you visited Pagasa, one of the disputed territories.
Yes, I went there last about 3 months ago. Yeah.
And what was your view? I mean, President Duterte asked for further militarization on Philippine claimed islands. So, do you think this is a right move in terms of trying to kind of claim sovereignty, keep sovereignty?
I think on our side, I think it's the right move, because we are just improving what has been there in the first place. The runway, we have to improve that to make it all-weather runway. It is a dirt runway. It could only be used when there is 5-day continuous sunshine in that part of the South China Sea. If we could pave that, extend some more, maybe another 500 meters, then it could be used any time of the day, even at night, to use that. Because we'd like to turn that into maybe a research station, or even for people who want to go there and use the beaches there, because there are beautiful beaches in
yeah, they wanted to promote the tourism there, right?
Oh yes, yes. But mostly maybe a research, marine research station that we are going to station there. Yeah.
And Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi has said that the situation in that area has been very calm, and it paves the way for future stability. But from a defense point of view, are you seeing any kind of any points of tension?
Well, that remains to be seen, Aya. There are some conflicting ideas there. I think we heard some of our leaders saying that we are open to joint exploration of the whatever hydrocarbon deposits that we have, especially in the Reed Bank. China is ambivalent on that. We haven't seen any positive response to that proposal. Let's see what happens there, because as far as personally, as far as I'm concerned, when we explore the 200 mile EEZ